Well, welcome back, everybody, one and all, to Jedi Academy. Hey, it's Saturday morning. It's too early in the morning, but we all have coffee and we're all alive. That's all that matters. Welcome to the Jedi Academy. What is the Jedi Academy? Well, that's where we bring the best and the brightest of YouTube and game changers together, along with the mentally damaged people, such as myself, from the RSG crew, to answer all your Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes questions. How does it work, you're asking? Well, I will explain it, especially if this is your first time being here. Basically, if you would like a question answered by one of our wonderful panel, all you need to do is put the question into the chat. Make sure that it is in the form of a question or has the word question next to it, because sometimes people put statements in there. We don't know if they're a question. We will miss those. So that's on you if you would like your question answered by our wonderful panel. And bear with me today because I'm on triple quadruple duty. I'm doing everything. So if I miss a question, bear with me. We'll try to get to we always get to all the questions here. But let's introduce everybody. I think we'll start off with Warrior because I think Warrior is. I'm just going to introduce him. I don't know if he can talk because he is trying to get some breakfast. He's out in Hollywood. You know Hollywood.
Hey, what's happening, everybody?
That's right. He's about to get a.
Yeah, I'm getting my eggs scrambled right now.
That's right. You tell them how you want it with the
better than my brain scrambled right now.
Well, no, don't do that. No, that's go there. Also joining us today is the lovely T Money G.
Good morning.
Hey, how's
everyone?
How's everything up in Canada?
It's great. It's a little gray today, but that's all right.
A little maple syrup and sunshine is all you need, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Also joining us from the Alliance, from his show, of course, the one and only Rimon.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's going on? Also join us. We can't seem to get rid of him. He's always around. You know him as the Stoner Jedi. Xylo Takedown's here.
What's up, RSG? Thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, of course. And of course, join us we're international today. Join us all the way from across the pond is the one and only Mike Hunt. Mike, what's going on?
It's Queen's birthday celebrations or something. We had I'm on direct flight path, so we had all the jets and everything that fly over Buckingham Palace fly over. Yeah, it was fun.
When you said it was Queen's celebration, I thought my first thought was Freddie Mercury and the crew, but I'm like, oh, okay, no.
Yeah,
Queen
unfortunately,
herself.
he's shuffled off this mortal coil. Sorry, that's a Monty Python reference there somewhere.
That's true. And just because we can, Conqueror was here as well.
I was thinking Queen's birthday. That's the one person as old as Nukin, right?
Oh, yeah, well, I forgot about Nukin. Are you guys celebrating Nukin's birthday at the same time over there in jolly old England?
Every day, twice on Sundays.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that's science. All right. So that's introduction is done. Great. Let's get your questions in, guys. I will scoop them up and I will get them read, and you will bear with me, and you will like it. See, did anything happen in Galaxy of Heroes this week? I don't think so. Anything exciting? Anything happen?
8 dropped to 5.
Huh?
8 dropped to 5.
Well, that's math, but I don't know how that applies to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Which is a shame, because 8's my favourite number.
Oh, why is it your favorite number?
It's infinite.
What do you mean?
Well, it's the infinity symbol.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, if you turn it sideways, then
yeah, it's when it's had a drink and it's toppled over.
Yeah, right. So it's after a Manchester Liverpool game that it becomes infinity.
Wow, Tottenham Arsenal. Let's get this right.
Well, I don't know.
London, mate.
I gotta say, I liked L3. L3 was pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, we got some new characters this week.
Yeah, her kid looks really good, and she's going to be one of the new droids. It's going to be pretty exciting to see how her kid works with that MK3.
Anybody want to give their thoughts while we're getting questions in on the 3 new? Well, we got Young Lando, we got L3, L337, which is Lee. I didn't notice that till someone brought that up. I'm like, look at Star Wars trying to get with the new group of kids these days. And then, of course, we got the new Millennium Falcon. Any of those, anybody stands out? Any of those kits stand out? I mean, they looked all right to me. I gave them,
Yay for a new ship!
Yay, new ship! Yay! It's the Millennium Falcon, new car smell.
Fly.
Again.
They got to keep us in the game somehow, right?
That's right. Get prepared to spend another couple $1,000s to get those up to 7 stars immediately.
So do you reckon at some point they're going to release 5 Han Falcons or something?
They're waiting to release the OG Millennium Falcon like they are. We're waiting for Revan or Luke.
Are we going to get the Kessel Run Falcon?
It's going to be all like whacked and
ripped apart.
Ripped apart.
Oh man!
You could just run away really quickly. It can't shoot at anyone.
But anybody started investing in those characters already, or are you guys waiting, or anybody well out?
This is Warrior. I got them all to level 50 because I have no credits. Because I got Treya unlocked yesterday.
Congratulations!
So,
Congratulations!
So, on the video, I get her to gear 9, and then I need a stun gun, and I had like 4,500 crystals, so I ended up actually buying that stun gun for 2,500, and then the next section I had all of it but one, and then I had to buy that out of the store. So 2 pieces of gear I bought with crystals that I saved out of there. So I'm now at gear 11. So that was easier than I thought. She's not too bad to gear actually.
So, or who are you going to run with Treya? So it's got to be obviously the Sith Triumphant, but who's the other 2 you're running with them?
Oh, I'm going to have some fun and try different team comps, but just so I can see how it does in my leaderboard, I went ahead and did Emperor Palpatine with Thrawn just to see for now where that baseline is, and then from there I'll change out. You know, I have Nest at like 290 speed, so I'll probably throw her in there at some point to try her out, and we'll see.
She doesn't work. She works, but she's not wow in that squad. Sith Trooper's a really good one to slap in there.
Sith Trooper Pooper, eh?
Yeah, Palp's Triumvirate Sith Trooper. That one does take a lot of beating.
Anybody else? Money? Anybody? New characters?
I'm excited about the ship. I'm just waiting to see where they put it. I'm not gonna sink any cashola into ship right now. All of my credits are going into, well, my cruise ships. I got Sunfact to 12 this week, which felt really weird and a little bit wrong. But I would love to see the Millennium Falcon come out somewhere accessible. I'm wanting that ship's holo table to drop to see if it's going to be a Cantina style or a hard node style. Probably hard node, but I have my
It'll
hopes
be
still
pay
up.
to play. It'll be pay to play for at least 3 months. So you'll be waiting for a while.
So do we
better
think
than 6?
So do we think that all these characters are going to go into hard nodes because we've gotten so many characters? What did we say the other day, Mike? Like 7 or 8 that have, in the last 28 days. So
6 characters in a ship. Yeah.
Young Lando, L3, and the Millennium Falcon will drop in the ship battles, I think.
You think they're going to be in the ship battles? All these new characters? I mean, they can't all go hard nodes, but they're not going to go Galactic War, and they're not going to go Arena. They've said that. So that leaves not a lot of places. Either Cantina, hard nodes, maybe the ship area.
What do you really want?
I think the new pilots will go, the 2 pilots in the ship will go to ships. I think Kira and Ness, I think they'll go into hard nodes or Cantina nodes.
Because they haven't done anything in Cantina in a while with characters. I mean, all the latest ones have all been hard nodes.
It's about time they added an extra stage to each Cantina, light and dark side nodes too, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Add a level 10.
Just remember, they're going to have a whole new ships table that they're going to be able to put stuff on as well coming up this month.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Right.
Which should be launching probably Tuesday of this next week is my guess. They haven't told me, so I'm not like breaking any NDA, but they said it was coming soon. It's soon. So TM that must stuff. Yeah. It should be any day now.
Real quick to follow the cadence too, Bosco is going to be our next free to play. You know, I'd love to see Bosco in Cantina before they release the ship's PvE table.
No, the ship's Cantina or the ship's one. Do we think it's going to be like a hard node kind of area, or do we think it's going to be like a Cantina kind of area?
Cantina. That's what
they say. Oh, is it like Cantina? Okay.
Well, that's great.
I'd rather see him in Cantina in a hard node. I mean, I'm already up to date and grinding hard nodes. I don't know about you guys. I got enough hard nodes to grind right now.
God in heaven, I have so many. And I'm trying to finish up, I'm just about done with Towson, thank God. And Scion, I'll have him done by Christmas of 2035.
He doesn't drop at all.
No, it's ridiculous.
I didn't get one today or Visas. I didn't get either of them today. Not one.
Scion likes me. I got lots of Scion.
I got him to 5 stars, but once you get past 5 stars, it's like it's going to take forever.
Yeah.
Get a ton of the shuttle, though.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, that's for sure. Shard shop. Nom, nom.
Shard shop.
I got enough shard shop currency coming. Just got all those layers. Ones like, oh, well, I'm back to a couple thousand again. Here we go.
Well, you'll take the extra and you'll like it.
I will like it.
I'm curious. I'm curious if anyone else thinks that this feels a little bit Phoenix-esque, with all the characters dropping at once and their utility being not quite clear
but unique.
But unique, and there's a paywall, and I think I don't know. I'm not encouraging people to spend because there's so much to get, but I wouldn't be surprised if this faction became required for something down the road.
They'll be useful in a year's time, you mean?
Yeah, well, they will be required in maybe 4 months' time, and then useful in a year and a half or so.
Well, Arnold said it best in one of his videos. It's like they're the new Phoenix 2.0. It's the new mechanic. It's the new faction tag, and yeah, they're behind the paywall. We haven't seen like a big character cadence release like that since Phoenix or Rogue One, and you don't want to invest in all these characters. Obviously, you don't want to spend X amount of dollars on just getting them up to 4 stars and spending all the credit or crystals on that. It's a wait and see concept, in my opinion.
I went in on 3 of them.
Who'd you go? What 3?
Vandor, Young Han, and Emphys. I've got them all geared 12.
Nice.
Two Zetas. The one that, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, stupidity overtook my logic or whatever, and I Zeted Vandor before I've Zeted Young Han. I should have done it the other way around because Young Han does is 70% chance to assist everyone or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm liking the fact we've had Endor, we've had Defense of Dathomir, we've got back-to-back territory wars coming up, haven't we? Off the back of So I'll almost have my 20 Zetas, and then I'm just gonna. I don't care who else comes out. I've got to slap one on him, and then at least have 3 scoundrels with Zetas, and then see where we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
They just don't have a leader, or not one that I'm prepared to invest in anyway.
All right, let me see. Questions. People are talking. Okay, here the questions are now starting to get in. It takes a few minutes to get everything rocking and rolling. Here, as I said, guys, bear with me. I'm trying to do all this.
Do you need me to help grab questions for you or anything?
I can handle it. If I get overwhelmed, I'll let you know. Go ahead, Team Money.
Nightbot's a little tricky.
I'm just curious how it's going in Hollywood. There, Warrior, tell us what's going on.
I'm eating an omelet, and there's people taking pictures of me. It's crazy. There's like 600 people outside chanting my name outside the window. I have the curtains open so they can watch me eat my omelet and drink my juice.
Oh, that sounds like heaven.
I am waving, much like the English queens do.
Hey, watch for the snipers.
Yeah. I've got
Close
snipers of my own that are watching their snipers, so we're good. No, it's been an interesting trip because of the broken ribs. It's been a love-hate relationship. Everything we do, I'm just like sitting around in pain, but at the same time.
Can you tell us how you broke your ribs by chance?
Yeah, I was kind of in a freak rollover accident on my four-wheeler a couple of days before the trip, and ended up going to the ER and everything.
And by freak, he means he was drunk and high on pain.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, how fast were you going, and how sharp was the turn?
It was not a turn. It was not fast. I was doing crawling at 5 miles an hour. It was nothing I haven't done literally 1,000 times, and I had my 12-year-old daughter Annabelle on the back. It's not something I was going to go crazy on. We were wearing helmets, and I just happened to go over a particular rock and out in the desert, which is where I live. Everything gets really dusty and dirty, and there was just more on the tire than I realized or anticipated, and the tire slipped off, which put it off onto the side of the hill, which wasn't a big deal, except for when it landed, it hit another like slick rock that ended up cascading it another to the left further, and I realized that moment I was facing down a cliff, and I told Annabelle to jump off, so she did as it started to roll, and I tried to control it because I'm a warrior. No, I'm just kidding. I did try to control it because it didn't seem like a very steep embankment, and I figured out I'm just going to try. I don't want to ruin my machine, so I tried to hang with it and maintain it down the 10-foot embankment, and the front left tire caught, and it just did a super slow roll, and I unfortunately by this time had my foot embedded in the dirt in front of it, and it just proceeded to roll directly over me, and I just heard a bunch of crunching, and I was like, fuck. Couldn't move at first, but after a few seconds, adrenaline kicked in, I jumped up, and I was like, I'm fine, and my wife's like, no. Luckily, I was wearing my helmet because I did feel my head smash into a rock with the 1,500-pound machine smashing into my head, but it didn't matter because I had my helmet, so I'm not stupid, thank God. My wife was with me. She helped get me out of there, got me to the hospital, checked me out. I'm like all jacked up everywhere as far as soreness goes, but the only thing that really broke was my ribs, and I had some cartilage separation and stuff, but that's about it. Everything else is fine. So all in all, I look fine. I don't look like I did anything wrong. I just have some internal rib pain, and I've been dealing with that. But yeah, it's just like I wake up.
Ribs.
Don't lie, Warrior. Your pride was broken.
I've ever had, because you can't breathe. Like every single breath you take with broke ribs is just some of the worst pain imaginable. It hurts your back, or hurts your chest, or hurts your stomach.
Yeah, it sucks, but it's all good. And like I said, I had a story that was like, I was jumping this 80-foot ravine, and I just
doing a Homer Simpson.
Yeah, I fell like 1,000 feet. I don't know. There's no special story. It was actually a very calm and slow and arduous 5-mile-an-hour rollover that was, kind of a freak accident that I've been on this trail 1,000 times. It's never happened. So
was it worth it to
wheelers? Everything has.
Was it worth it to try to save your machine as the four-wheeler, but you end up hurting your machine, your body?
No, it rolled over me. My machine did, because of me, it ended up doing just one single roll directly over me, but one single roll. And it actually sustained no damage except for one of the headlights came loose, and I just need to fix that. But I was happy about that because these machines are expensive. So it was nice to not have to replace it after the rollover.
I'm glad your daughter's safe more than anything, too.
Me too.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Nobody cares that the warrior's safe. All right, let's get to some questions. All right, first one is from Captain Blackbeard, and the question's for T-Money. And his question for you, T-Money, is what's your favorite trade team in?
Well, Captain Blackbeard is in my arena, so he does know this. I So I run the Triumphant under Treya's lead with Enfys and who else have been running in there? Sith Trooper, Thrawn. Who am I running right now? I can't even remember. My favorite team though has been a really fast Thrawn and Death Trooper. I really like that team. But you have to be able to get on top of the opposing team so that just if Vader's on the opposing team or if they don't have Nest or something like that, it's like a really fun dynamic team to control the opposite Treya team. But Captain Blackbeard was running her under Maul yesterday, and that was pretty neat. I think there's a lot of potential there. I've never run Maul. I don't have him zated, so I probably won't be able to do that, but I would love to try. It looks like a lot of fun certainly a lot of fun to play on offense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hide the Sith.
The next question from Fat Tony. Let's see. It says this for T-Money, but we'll kind of mix this up a little bit. It says Fat Tony says, question, T-Money told me to wait a week on Last Jedi Academy, and I did. Should I get the third reinforcement ability on Slave 1, or should I be looking at upgrading a different ship? I'm sitting on 80 mats. Well, T-Money told him to wait. Mike, what do you think? Should he wait, or should he follow T-Money's advice?
And you want an ice cream?
Okay, if someone's getting ice cream.
I'm just going to have a butcher's now. I haven't... What have I done with my Slave 1? Slave 1... but I haven't done any of them. Add critical hit immunity for 3 turns. That's not bad. It depends what other ships he's got. One that is a barrel of laughs and can really screw over the opposition is the Geonosian Spies. If you've got if you've taken one of their ships out, so you're looking at 2 and you pop the fixed taunt, it means that whoever comes in, you can completely ignore. In fact, it's almost like Death Trooper's Death Mark. You're locked in on that. Oh my word! What on earth is going?
Sounds like someone's knocked up the ice cream truck.
I mean, really?
Yeah. It might be the missus. She does like a soft, a Mr. Whitby. Do you have Mr. Whitby in the state? It's it's not really ice cream. It's very soft.
We have stay on target.
Yeah, stay on target. Okay. You know what? At the moment for me, I'm running the TIE Advanced Imperial TIE Fighter Biggs trio as the starting, and I'm really impressed with the TIE Advanced one, which inflicts the offense down on all enemies for 2 turns. Oh, actually, I haven't got that far. I'm only on 2 so far. Inflict 3 damage over time effects on all enemies for 2 turns, which can't be evaded. That does a lot. I think that at the moment TIE Advanced just seems to be the starship from the we're going to rework everything on everything and make you learn it all again.
All right. So you're saying T-Man doesn't know what she's talking about?
I told him because I don't personally think that critical immunity for 3 turns is particularly fabulous given the rest of them. There's some that are better. I just didn't want to land there because I was worried about being incorrect, and there's almost as important as Zetas, right? I have to say I was having such an easy time in ships, like win 95% of the time. I was feeling like such a boss using my gear 10 and 11 Geonosians, and then this last week has just been a complete struggle for me. So I don't know what's changed. Like, my technique is the same. I've been playing tons to try and figure out what I'm doing wrong, and I've had to switch my team out, which has not made me happy because I really, really liked the Geonosians. So I think I have to put a little bit. I have to put some more Omegas on them. There's some increased damage left, kind of that I can do in there, and so there's more to do, but it's still falling out. But I don't know. I think that Boba's got his use. It's to come out and be a tank, and I think that people now are figuring out to dispel him, right? So, if Boba comes out next, then you bring out the TIE Reaper, or if you run in Mace, you bring out Ahsoka, and you dispel him, and then he's done. So, once Good Old Maurice mentioned that on the stream, and once he did, I was like, oh, Biggs just becomes pretty useless after that. So
okay. All right, next question for Warrior specifically. This is from our good friend Corey Delmeyer, and the question is for Warrior. I have a 4-star Gear 11 Nest. Is she worth the Zeta? I just wish she had a bigger health pool.
Yeah, so she, in my opinion, one of the biggest assets to her is that she has something no other character can do, and that is with the Zeta, she can just anytime, willy-nilly throughout the entire battle, ignore taunt. And everyone's running Scion now in the top 20 practically. So to not have it really puts her at a disadvantage, and basically she's like everybody else, has to get in line. So yeah, I think that it's absolutely required. Plus she's just one of those really solid OP characters, kind of like Scion is. So definitely I think that she's worth her Zeta.
All right. All right, next question. Well, this is kind of this is for Mr. Penny Pitch. The question, it says, thoughts on Anthony Bourdain committing suicide? I love that guy. Always watched him over 10 years. I'll be donating to tomorrow's stream. I think he means the 24th stream for suicide prevention. Moment of silence. Thanks, guys. Well, yeah, Anthony Bourdain, passed away. Committed suicide. If you guys don't know, we'll go ahead and pimp that now. We will be doing a charity stream on the 24th of June to help raise money for I think it's the American Foundation or for Prevention of Suicide. At the top of my head, I can't remember exactly what it is, but the event's already up. We're going to have a lot of great guests, doing a lot of different games, having a lot of different content. And the whole goal is to raise money for that charity. But it's a serious issue. It's happening more and more. I think it's affecting people more and more. We've had some people here recently in the game and in the community that have committed suicide. So be sure to be aware of that. But yeah, Anthony Bourdain was a tough one. Just because you're famous and have everything doesn't mean you're not. Can't go to a dark place, so it's a sad day. That one kind of took me by surprise. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I saw that, I was like, really? Damn.
Yeah. Sad, man.
Yeah.
Just you need to, if you start to feel low, you've just really got to start speaking to people, talk.
Yeah, speak up, yeah.
Yeah, it's all the internalizing, and it just goes wrong because the internalizing, you're not getting any other perspective, and you just follow your own, and yeah, that can lead you down some dark paths. Talk to people.
Yeah, and we've always said here many times in different shows that if you're feeling dark and you're in the community, reach out to me, reach out to any of us. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Warwick can share some stories and make you feel better about yourself. Some of the crap we've been through. Oh, God. But a moment of silence for Anthony Bourdain. All right. Next question from Ray Sidepiece. I think everybody's going to jump on this, but question, why did Warrior have to be so nice to Zeta Wampa for Arnold?
I've said my
talked about
piece.
that.
Girl was.
Warrior.
Well, I kind of went over this before the stream started, but a couple of
Warrior
things.
is
One,
awesome.
it was my choice, so I got to make my choice, and that was my choice, whether people like it or not. Two, what wasn't on the video was me spending 10 minutes scrolling through his roster, which if you do this, and if you were in my shoes as a Kraken and you scroll through Arnold's roster after 10 minutes, you start to see like crippled dogs in your head and cats that are starving and
Damn.
Wow.
I went through his roster
Shots
and I
fired.
started feeling worse and worse and worse because, like me, I saved a Zeta to throw it away at this event. Like I knew I was going to trash a Zeta. I have 50 Zetas out of 100 in the game, so like I have the highest amount of Zetas in the game. So there's one person on Earth that could give up a Zeta. It's me. So I was okay with losing. And then he lost, and he's like struggling to get his 20th Zeta, and he's got half his characters aren't even past like level 1, and I'm just like, I could hear that song that always plays with the woman, that sings all sad. Dogs howling in the background. So after 10 minutes of that, I did decide on Luke. Farm Boy Luke, and so I was looking for his Farm Boy Luke down at the bottom, and down at the bottom with a bunch of other characters was Wampa, and I was like, just a moment of like, what the hell? I clicked on his Wampa. It was like gear 8 or 9 or some crap, and there was no Zeta on it. I'm like, that's just not right. You can't have a Wampa, and have put all that time into getting Wampa unlocked and then not have him Zetaed and geared up. And I was like, well, if I Zeta him, he's going to be forced to gear him up, put him in his favorites and gear him up. And so I had like a moment of weakness and gave him his Zeta, to try and be a nice guy because I kind of felt bad. Arnold is a really cool cat. Really enjoy when we get together and hang out. And I kind of, had that moment. But yeah, they cut that 10 minutes of me scrolling through, going through, because I tried to do Wicket, but they didn't tell me. Apparently, I could have used his gear too, but they didn't tell me that. They said you can waste his Zetas, but don't do anything else. And so I was like, okay. But they said afterwards, oh, you could have, leveled him up and geared him up to get the Zeta on him. And I was like, I didn't know that because I would have done Rose because Rose wasn't even unlocked. But he made like a deal with someone that he wouldn't even unlock his Rose. So I felt like, well, he's kind of got his word on that. I'm not going to unlock her. Plus, I'd had this in gear, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't know I could waste his gear too, or I probably would have done Wicket just because he has his Ewoks are not good. So Wicket would have forced him to care about them a little bit.
Oh, that's so. All right, next question we'll go to Remon. You there, buddy?
I'm here, brother.
All right. I know you kind of go in and out. So this one's from Clone Troop 211, and the question is, why have we not seen any Darkside tunes from Solo? Will we start to see the next week right before Darkside territory battles, and any chance for EA to make more money? Let's not talk about EA. Battlefront 2 is really starting to piss me off right now. But your thoughts on Darkside and everything, Remon?
Well, I think that we've kind of seen all the characters that we're going to see from Solo. If there is going to be a dark side character that gets added, it would probably be that character Dryden Voss. That was the main antagonist of the film. The guy who plays Vision from Marvel, the Avengers. But I mean, he's. But that's pretty much it. I mean, if you watch the movie, even though at the end. Spoiler warning. I mean, Nest ends up being a good character. He's kind of the main antagonist, you think, for most of the film. So you think that that's a bad or dark. I thought that was going to be a dark side character, but so I mean, there's really not a lot of dark side character. If anything, I think we may still see Beckett from the film, like Woody Harrelson's character, and maybe Dryden Voss. And if those characters come, then we'll get our first. Dark side character, but that would be it. Other than that, I don't think there's any other characters really to take from there, unless they do, Old Man Maul.
Old Man Maul could be brought in.
He's a little. He was a little. I think he had a little bit too. He had a little too little screen time to be a character from the movie. But
well, it's a culmination of the character from all the Clone Wars and stuff like that. So,
what about any of the new troopers?
The Mud Troopers.
Oh yeah, There's the Mud Trooper. I saw that. I saw the comic.
The Star Wars story movies and similarity with the releases, they released, Death Trooper and Shore Trooper with Rogue One, so maybe some extra troopers to fill in, a second Imperial Trooper team.
Yeah, you got the Mud Troopers, you got those troopers on the train, whatever they were called, range troopers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can throw those two in. That'd be nice for the Trooper Pooper team.
That would be pretty cool.
Two trooper teams there.
Yeah. See? We're thinking outside the box, and I like it.
Yeah, that's. I don't think we're getting. I don't think we're getting any troopers. I think, like I said, if we're getting anything, it's probably going to be Beckett and maybe that main bad guy, Dryden Voss, and that's it.
Right.
All right. Next question, we will go to the Stoner Jedi. Zylo Takedown himself. This is from Fat Tony 99. And his question is: Does anyone else hate that ships and territory battle only being one wave? My guild is only going to 1-star day 5 ships instead of 2-star because of it being all for nothing for points. What do you think, Zylo?
I think it was just kind of to safeguard ships 2.0 in a sense. Territory battles isn't really the newest mechanic, so they had to make it available for themselves to space it out. And I don't particularly like it because of the points, but I
didn't look. I know we were doing ours. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It's if you have an accumulated amount of ships, though, you're not going to have trouble getting the points you need. So in the end, as long as you're accumulating all of the ships and starring all of the ships, getting their power levels up as a whole in your whole guild, you'll still get those points that you need and then some. So yeah,
I'm looking at.
Isn't that why they gave us the refund for the 500 guild event tokens and the 200 crystals, because that was either in error or not kind of rolled out to us. I think it was in error. I think it's an accident that happened.
No, it's because they didn't award all the points.
Oh, that's right. They didn't award all the points. Yeah.
Yeah, we need a much bigger reward for this one.
I think so.
Yeah. It'll be chewy shards.
Those rewards, my bread and butter.
That's right.
I got my second Wampa bayonet with those rewards. I was like, yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
God. I don't know. Less battles, less points, but you only do one battle. I think it's just if you have more of a, as Zylo said, to increase. I don't know. Guilds on the lower end.
Itself.
Yeah, but he does make a good point. Guilds that are lower that could have done the battles and got more points with just a few ships. I guess you're just going to have to farm ships. They've made the change. There's nothing we can really do about it at the moment. This kind of sucks for lower guilds, I think.
See, we were at the other end of the scale where half of us don't even get a chance to deploy.
Right,
it's
already over.
Filled.
Yeah, it's over before you even know it.
And it's like, I can't even contribute towards the stars here. That mechanic needs addressing. We got 32 ships in total now. Is it?
Something like that. Yeah.
And so what's that? 150 ships? No, 1,500 ships. 50 strong guild. Just do the math on that. It doesn't balance.
Mm-hmm.
That level needs increasing.
And the battles were a lot more for us anyway. We were finding them a lot more difficult. So I think that if it's an all or nothing piece for smaller guilds, for lower GP guilds, it's going to be it becomes like a yes or a no. You get the points or you don't get the points sort of thing. I didn't platoon anything. I get to platoons like 15 minutes late, and I'm like, it's done. So I didn't platoon anything, and I went in there with a full full roster of ships, full squad of ships, and I was like, I got in a little trouble. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have been creative with this one, and yeah, it was tricky.
All right. Next question, we'll go to Comb Cobra for the next question, and the question is from our good friend Grim, the mechanic, RSG crew member. Since the solo film made XR Kun canon, do you guys think CG will be nice to us to put him in the game as the first 7-star Heroes Fall Villain Journey character?
I can see him coming to the game. I don't think he will be the first Dark Side.
That's right. That'll be our Lord and Savior Revan.
It has to. Either him or Anakin. That's the only two it's going to have to be. Thinking Revan using Triumvirate and being the first one maybe next February. Give everyone time to get Trey a 7-star, or at least all the top end take off.
Yeah, I think they're gonna give it a few more months for people to get Trey farmed up and Scion farmed up, so that they can have a chance at the event when it comes out. If not, there will be a panic farm, like when GTR was announced, and everybody's like, I don't know if the event's done.
Yeah, XR Kun, he won't be the first legendary, but
yeah,
it would be nice to see him in the game.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, we've not had a villain's hero's journey yet. It'd be interesting. Anybody else think have any thoughts on who they think it might be? And he's like,
You Vader.
Whenever we talk about new Dark Side, I just go, Rogue One Vader in the hallway. It's like that 10 seconds of bliss.
Open fire! Nope, you're gonna die. You have no chance in hell.
No chance.
Oh goodness! All right.
Snoke for sure. But that's, I think, a next movie sort of stuff. I think there's going to be some villains coming for sure. There's lots of big villains we don't have yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of villains we don't have. So there's a lot of different routes they can go with the Old Republic and other things of that nature. Now that we're past the movie, it's going to be interesting to see for the next year and a half before the new movie comes out, which direction they go with characters. I think it's going to give them some time to do some reworks. It's going to give them some time to introduce characters that we maybe not thought about and right. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with this year and a half gap. Because you knew they had to put out the solo characters and stuff. I mean, they're doing the same thing in Battlefront, although they're just skins in Battlefront. All right, let's see. Next question. We'll go back up to. Let's see, I lost track of where I was. I'll just start over. Crap. Mike, we'll go to you for the next question. Let's see here. Grid Admiral of the Republic question. To my Emperor. I don't know who that is. I'm having difficulty with the Assault Battleground War event. What gear level should I take my Grandmaster Yoda in order to complete the bonus tier of the event? Whom should I have as lead? GMY, Bears, General Kenobi, OB, Qui-Gon Jinn, all with Zetas.
All without Zetas.
All with Zetas. Oh, without Zetas. Oh, okay, you're right. Yep.
Ooh, See, I'd be tempted to just go the GK lead with Barris, because then you're going to get two 212s. Grandmaster Yoda gear level. I mean, normally you're looking at kind of like 9 is a good benchmark. You're going to need some Omegas. The only thing there is that you just looking at that squad, you've only really got one person that's hitting hard, and that's, I mean, come on, this is Jedi, so hitting hard is kind of, speech marked hand finger thingies. Do you not have Isla, or even surely you've got to have Ezra. Ezra would go in there.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of, sticking around with some of the Jedi this week because we were, for the event and stuff. So I ran a team that was like just on some teams. Your best bet is General Kenobi and Barriss, right? Because you get the crit avoidance and all that other good stuff, right? And I ran. Yep. I think the best team I ran with that was Anakin and Ezra and a Hermit Yoda in there. Because you've got two guys that can hit hard and do multiple attacks. Then you had Kenobi doing his thing with Barriss protecting him, and then Hermit Yoda just constantly just doing his thing. If you don't have Hermit Yoda, then you can go Grandmaster Yoda on that. But I think that team right there would be your best bet. What do you think of that lineup, Mike?
Yeah. I mean, my favorite one. I love Isla. I think that she's kind of one of the best Jedi that there is. She stuns. She calls assists. She heals herself. So I like the Isla Ezra combo because you got 2 lots of assist chances there, which can speed up your healer. And each time your healer gets to heal, you get your 212. You get your 212 from Mr. Beardy. But yeah, that sort of route definitely. And on that, I mean, with what you're showing there, either switch out Qui-Gon for Ezra, and Obi. Yeah, I mean, Obi and Mr. Beardy are fantastic in certain areas, but you do need to kill them, and you don't really want to be playing it all day, which it's going to be a long old battle. Even if you hit auto.
Yeah, but but you're not going to die. You're going to win.
No, get Ezra in there, and you even Kanan.
Well, Ezra can.
Kanan counters and.
Yeah, I had him in there, but he just doesn't do enough damage. It was a really slow. So I decided to go with Anakin and Ezra because, it just it just more damage because you've got enough people on defense and healing that you'll be more fine. You just let those two do their thing. Let's see here. Next question, we will go to Warrior. Give me a second. Questions are really flying in here now, so I'm like, wee. All right, Warrior. Next question is from Timmy Ratio, and the question is kind of around the corner, but I think this one's perfectly for you. Are Geonosians considered a top team in ships? Does anybody have experience with them, and do you think they will stay useful in the future? I know you're kind of big on ships, so I figured this is a good one for you, Ward.
Oh, yeah. So, all in all, if you had to pick one faction that's the most overpowered as a faction, it's definitely the Geonosians. And I was going to mention this earlier when Team Money was talking, where she said, I don't know what happened. What happened is people are finally figuring ships out, and they're starting to invest their pieces. And in the past, you were fighting a bunch of people that didn't have much invested in their ships, and now they've kind of picked the teams they're ready to go with and have started to increase all of their basics and all of their reinforcements, and now they're teams that were easier to beat aren't. But all in all, Geonosians are probably #1 in faction synergy. What's even worse is if you're running Akbar and they have the Geonosians and Rebels, because those are the top 2 best synergies combined. And now with the new Resistance ship, you could do Geonosians as the front 3, the Rebels in the back 2, and then the Falcons in the back, and it's pure devastation. But the counter, and this is the cool thing about the ships, is every ship has an Achilles heel, and with Geonosians, when someone's running that, it's a purely offensive team, right? To chew through like 4 ships really fast, so you don't have to worry about the final battle. Well, all you have to do is run either Mace with a lot of really tanky ships, or run Tarkin. I run Tarkin sometimes. So I've got a guy that's got all of his Geonosians abilities completely omega'd, and then he has all the reinforcement abilities maxed out on the Rebel ships, and he takes #1 every day, and like nobody can bump him out of the top 10. In fact, I have a guy that shares #1 spot with me in ships, and he just gave up trying to fight that guy to bump him. He's like, I'll just take 2. If you can beat him, you can have 1 every day. And so I do have to beat him every day. And the Geonosian team is by far the hardest team I have to beat. And I can beat everybody cakewalk with my team except for his Geonosians. And so I put in Tarkin, and then I put in all my tanky ships like the Umbaran Starfighter and Plo Koon and Slave One and Sunfac and Biggs and just all these tanks, right? And then what happens, I just hit auto. And then what happens is it goes to my ultimate, and I win every time because my tanks are tanky enough. His ships don't have quite enough DPS, even with all the bonus attacks, to chew through all the tanks quite fast enough. And then I get to my ultimate, and when my ultimate goes off, then nothing is left. Tarkin's ultimate, it has increased damage. Everybody gets armor penetration. There's massive amounts of hits, 15, but it's like an extra 55 plus damage that you now get with the additional bumps to his ship. And with the retribution, a tank that comes in, it shoots back. So even if it's a tank that doesn't hit for much, hits so much because it's slower and it gets hit so much, it's constantly being countered. And they don't have enough dispellers on that team to dispel all of the retribution and stuff. So I can just literally put that team in, hit auto, and be done. But that team works like crap against all the other like teams that are out there, because there's other teams with higher damage, that are a little different. So it's a paper, rock, scissors situation. So I tell people you should have 2 capital ships. At minimum for territory wars, you need 2 capital ships, one for offense, one for defense. But you definitely need one for arena, so that way you can vary your stuff. And when I see, what's funny is everyone's talking about the meta, which the current meta by default became the old meta because that's what everybody had. And when it switched over to ships 2.0, it just basically took your top 5 and made it your top 3, and so everybody just kind of had the same exact set. And now only the bold are switching to different things. And so people are like, yeah, the meta is, Chimera, but like Chimera of the 4 ships, the Chimera is the worst. If people actually had a test account and could use all these ships and everything maxed out, they would find that the Chimera is actually the worst ship. It gets to its ultimate, and the ultimate kills that doesn't finish the other team anymore at all. I actually survive the ultimate every single time I'm in a battle against a Chimera team very easily. But Thrawn. Not Thrawn, sorry. Tarkin is amazing. His ship is amazing, and so I would highly recommend that as one of your top 2, and then Akbar as one of your top 2. And I would actually do the tank team that I'm mentioning with Tarkin as your defensive territory war team, and then the rebels and Geonosians with Akbar as your offensive territory war team. So you can chew through other teams and kill them and have a good defensive strategy for people having a hard time beating you.
All right. Next question, we will go to Riemann. You still there, brother? Riemann? Wheeler? All right, we'll go to T-Money. This is from Most Def Isley. Question, what tune are you currently grinding, or tunes are you currently grinding and why? Oh, Riemann's here. Riemann.
You couldn't hear me. I had to log back out. Yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry.
What tunes are you currently grinding and why?
What happened?
The question is, what tunes are you currently grinding and why?
I'm grinding right now. I'm grinding Scion out of the hard nodes to finish him up. I'm at 6-star now, so I'm just going to finish him up, and then I'm grinding Visas out of the hard nodes too. From the Cantina, I'm farming Night Sister Spirit, and pretty much in every other area I have everything else farmed. The only characters left for me to farm are some of the hard node characters, and I'm still not done with Logray yet. I still need some more Logray shards out of the guild store for some reason. I don't know. I just haven't had a lot of luck with finding him in there, but that's pretty much it. As far as like gear grinding, I mean, I'm just getting ready for Treya. So I'm just getting, my Scion's pretty much ready for gear 12. So once I get him to 7-star, that'll be it. And I'm saving gear because I'm pretty close to unlocking Treya. So when I do that, gonna gear her right up and try to pull off a Sith squad. But that's really my grind right now. Is really just putting together the Sith squad. Like I think pretty much most people are.
All right. Next question will go to Team Money G. What is the most underrated faction?
Tuscans get a very hard rep.
Because they
I'm
suck.
just kidding. The most underrated faction. Well, sometimes I really hope my guild isn't listening because they should probably kill me sometimes. But
Right.
there's a I think we're really focused on territory wars, and I think that especially with Elite coming to town, that L3 coming to town, that there might be some possibilities with droid teams again. A lot of day one players have droids maxed, some of them maxed anyway, for P2 of the tank raid. So hopefully L3 will be a plug and play for them with regards to just kind of protecting their fragility a little bit. So I think in territory wars on offense they definitely have some uses, and I think we're going to see a little bit more of those guys in the next little while. The chat's trying to get me to giggle.
Yes, I see that. Compose yourself, Team Money.
Yeah.
I didn't know the word grind had such an effect on you.
Ramon's like, well, I'm grinding Scion, and I'm grinding. I'm like, no.
God.
Farming. That's the PC word.
Right.
But yeah, I think droids. I think the Night Sisters and the troopers still. If you don't have those, lots of people kind of are still on the fence with those. Don't be on the fence with those. Those are just amazing factions. With utility, not necessarily at gear 12. So I think that really look into that as part of your farming plan.
All right. Next question, we will go to Xylo, and the question is from Alex Zabawa Evermiral. I hope I said that right. If I butchered your name, I apologize. What a name. Question. When do you think JTR will come back, and should I start saving my 3 Zetas for her to focus on dark side teams such as Night Sisters, etc.? Well, we already know when she's coming back, right? The 14th?
Right, yeah. 14th, yeah. So BB-8's coming back, and we've already kind of established the fact that, when BB-8 or R2's coming around, their heroes are going to follow them, and, make sure that you have your vets ready, and you don't have to put any Omegas on them or anything, just Gear 7, Gear 8, and you'll be good to go. As long as you got a good Finn and you got a good Ray, you'll be just fine.
Now, if let's say he didn't, so his question is, so should he save his 3 Zetas for her? The 2 Zetas and then 1 for BB-8. You have to have roll with punches to make that team work. Or focus on other dark side teams such as Night Sisters with the 3 Zetas.
JTR has her place, and she's still PvP viable in a sense. It's just having good mods too as well. And you're going to want to work on JTR for phase 1 of the Sith raid if you want Treya. So, it's what you're currently working on, getting BB-8 and getting Resistance ready and getting JTR. So, stay on target, finish your farm, and then go on to the next thing.
All right. Next question will go to Chrome Cobra. This is from Sanely Red. Question: one of my guild members wants to know, after double Zating's Asajj, what is the order of Zetas after that for STR?
Well, there's only really 2 Talzins unique, and if you have a weak zombie, then Daka's unique. It really helps with the RNG. You can let them die more easily because they're not going to kill Daka after 2 or 3 rounds. It don't matter what they do. So it's a good one to have as a safety measure, but it's not even necessary.
I think the orders for the Night Sisters is always Asajj, Leader. You want Mother Tal's unique, Asajj is unique. Now, you can get by with just those, but yeah, if you have a weak zombie, then you can get away with it not having the Zeta on old Daka, but it does help, right?
Yeah, it takes a lot of RNG. You don't have, maybe the first 2 or 3 rounds, maybe Daka gets killed you know, that don't really happen because Zombie is getting killed so much after 2 or 3 rounds. She's died 10 times. So, I mean, her health is already up to 60, 70, 80,000 after 2 or 3 rounds. So, yeah, she's not dying.
No. So,
but it's definitely not necessary by any means.
Next question, back up to the top to Mr. Mike. This is from Darth Skywalker. Question: Which is a better investment, Night Sisters or First Order, Mike? Ooh.
Personally, Night Sisters.
How dare you, sir?
Nah, yeah. I even though we were discussing earlier about Zetas and I Zeta'd the original First Order, so I did Phasma and FOTP. They're great. You just you use them in territory wars as you can with Night Sisters, and you can use them in Sith raids as you can Night Sisters. Night Sisters outscore First Order on Sith raid. In regards to territory wars, maybe First Order pip it just a bit. I just think personally, I would say Night Sisters are more versatile. You'll get more bangs for your buck, even though there's not a single crew member amongst them. I'd still go. I went hard into Night Sisters. Giggity. And sorry. So I mean, I did. I mean, I've the only Zeta I haven't done is Old Dackers, just because I haven't really found the necessity for it. I can see it would help, but yeah. And I you know, so I've just seen Mos Def Isley saying Phasma and FOTP. Wow, yeah, I know they're fun. They're great as an offense team in TW. They really are, because it's just assist mad. As soon as you go, 2 to 3 goes. It's fantastic. Still go Night Sisters. Sorry, personally, IMO.
All right, next question. We'll go to Warrior, and the question is from. Where did it go? All right, there it is. Grand Admiral of the Republic. Question: everyone's favorite friendly domesticated whale, Warrior. Warrior, my man, I need to invest in another Empire tune for Darkside TB for the last phase. Should I take Krennic to Gear 12 or Gar Saxton?
Director Krennic, and this is why Gar Saxon's cool. He's fun, but Death Trooper is one of the best Empire characters in the game, and he has direct synergy with Krennic. I mean, Krennic can literally bring him back to life. So that's really cool. And so, yeah, for all things Death Trooper, you want his sidekick, Director Krennic, there to really help out if you're going to try and create an alternate team.
There you go. Next question again from Grand Admiral of the Republic. Question to my girl T. Why can't we buy refreshes on credit highs? Have we done something wrong? T Money?
I know she said she was
Hello.
going to get some cash.
Hi.
Right, there she is.
Tell me what the credit heist question was again. I'm sorry.
It says, T Money, please pay attention to the questions. Why aren't you paying attention?
I was eating leftovers from last night's dinner and looking at stuff. Yes, please. Sorry, my bad.
To my girl T, why can't we buy refreshes on credit heist? Have we done something wrong?
It's for the same reason that we can't buy rainbows and unicorns, my love.
Can't?
Because it's just not how the world works. Yeah. It's just a roll of the dice. It's one of the things that we have to grind in the game, and it's one of the main limiting factors in the game. They got to have those to slow us down, right?
Yes. Well, with all the, with all the additions of characters and stuff, you think they would start maybe considering increasing the rewards on that? Am I correct on that?
I would love to see them do that. I would love to see a new level, come out. Maybe, yeah, I definitely would love to see a new level come out. But again, it's one of those things where, we have folks who are pay to play in this game and who, who have their rosters and drive their rosters forward by throwing some cash at it. I've, been one of those, probably spent more money in a month than Warrior at times. You're pay to play, aren't you, Warrior, or are you free to play?
Oh no, I'm paid to play.
Yeah, you're paid to play. Yeah, sorry. But there's they have to put limits on how much you can pay to play in this game, or else the gap just expands between folks who are pay to play and free to play, and it's not fun for anybody, right? Like, it'll get boring after a while if there's no competition within the game. So credits are one of the main parts of the game that there's a limit on. It's very hard to go in and just throw money at credits. I've done it before. I've bought credits. I've probably spent, I don't know, a few $100 on credits over the time I've been playing, but it's
in
not
Canadian money, that's $9,000.
No, Canadian, in American money, that's
way less.
$4. But it's really not something that's very heartwarming to do, because you'll get you can get very high drops, but you often get very low drops. So it's one of those limiting factors within the game, like our Carbontes or the gear that they put the brakes on.
All right. Next question to Remon. You there, buddy?
Yep.
All right, cool. This is from our good friend Kaya, and they would like to know, should I keep farming reinforcement mats? I maxed Phantoms today, and only Cantinas I have that I like is Anakin B2 ?
Heavenly Christ, I don't know. I have no idea what that. Can we repeat the question?
Yeah, so I keep farming reinforcement mats, and I maxed Phantoms today. I'm guessing reinforcement mats. The only Cantinas I have left is Anakin or B2. So she's wondering, should she keep farming those mats, or should she work on something like Anakin or B2? The ship she wanted, she got already.
If she's farming Anakin and B2, I mean, she must be still pretty early stages of the game. So,
characters first.
I go characters first. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have Anakin and B2 yet, I mean, you probably shouldn't be. I mean, obviously, ships now, I mean, give you crystals, so it's
she got what she needed, but yeah.
But yeah, I would move back to characters and then use it as needed. If you're not finishing top 50 in ships, then I would continue to work on getting the right characters, unless you don't have the characters to like, if you're done with your ships, like you don't have any more ships to max out, then I would move on to characters no matter what. I'd still move on to characters no matter what, but if there's if you find a need, like you have a better ship that you can move into your lineup, then I would go back to it. But for now, I would move on to characters. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next question to Xylo. And let's see here. From Sword of the Jedi question. What do you guys think about CG putting a limit on marquee event attempts?
Oh yeah, we kind of talked about that one recently too. The new quest feature. Everybody was just putting together, like, for example, the Jedi, the quest. You have to keep throwing in Jedi, just 5 Jedi, and you get the requirements for that. So people were using the unlimited amount of marquee events to beat their quest, in a sense, so using it as a loophole. So that's why they set that limitation on the events. It's made for, testing the new characters and the new kits and what you think will work best with the new kits. So they're kind of setting that limit on that because they don't want you taking advantage of an achievement, in a sense, or the new quest feature, especially since it's a new feature in the game. They're trying to safeguard that too. So it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I know there are people taking advantage of that. You know, with the one where you can just constantly keep testing out tunes and stuff, but it gave you credit and stuff. So that's kind of why they did it. You know, so.
Mm-hmm.
But they give you 5 attempts on each one. So if you do all 5 attempts, I think it's like 30 attempts for each marquee event now. So, and you always have Galactic War. I know, I tested it out. It works. But then you have to actually manually do it. It sucks. All right, next question for Comb Cobra. This is from Ouchie Dumpling, Comb Cobra. Ouchie Dumpling, yay! My guild is going to have 5 spots open after territory battle is over. We are trying to get to the point of being heroic Sith ready. Would it be easier for me to just run away and escape into the night?
No, I have this completely figured out for you, and I'll tell you what to do. Get 5 alts. When you have time to bring in mercs, bring in 5 mercs. Get your 45 ready for heroic Sith. Screw the others. Once you get heroic Sith ready with those 45, fill up your 5 spots back to 50.
Yeah, get with Grande. He'll do it. Don't mark that.
Yeah, Grande's got guys. We got guys. We've actually got guys from Instinct and some other guilds that'll come over so they don't max their own rewards out. We just cycle through about 3 different sets of mercs. Idiot's Array has some really awesome mercs.
Yeah,
and there are a lot on the merc servers. Merc Road, yeah.
Yeah, too many just perked up like a Murky.
But yeah, get 5 alts, use them for tickets so the guild doesn't lose tickets, and get up with them. And anytime you got 24 hours between territory wars, and you got 3 days between territory wars and territory battles, so you could get 2 in that time, 3 every 2 weeks. That's enough. I mean, you're not going to get much more than that when you're farming it on your own anyways, maybe 4 every 2 weeks. So do that.
Yeah. There are ways around it, Ouchie.
I mean, they're doing 20 or 30 million each. I mean, they can about clear it with 5 people on their own. So give you a chance to practice with it and run with it.
There you go. All right, back to the top. Next question for Mike. Excuse me. Question from JLY9. Question: can you discuss the pros and cons of a squishy zombie versus a Gear 12 zombie, Mike?
Yes, it'll be a bit of a monologue rather than until we throw it out.
Do I need to play some elevator music in the background or something? I mean,
yeah. Okay, so a squishy zombie. Let's go with that one. That's the desirable one. Why is it desirable? Because each time a character dies, a Sarge gains stacking offense, I believe. Basically, she's going to hit harder. So
that's one part.
The more, yeah. So and there's turn meter gain, and there's everything else. So basically, the more people die, the greater impact your squad will have. And of course, zombie constantly revives until all other Night Sisters have gone. So theoretically, it's an endless loop. That, in a nutshell, is why everyone wants uber squishy zombies, just to get them to die a lot. I mean, I remember having a PvP battle, and I think my zombie died 19 times.
Mm-hmm.
And it just enabled, it was the Night Sister Acolyte zombie combo. So Acolyte stealths, and so all they do is keep killing zombie. Every time Acolyte goes, if you run in a Towsing lead, then you'll call in one of the dead until you kill a toon, and then you can, basically you'll bring back your entire squad as you kill all of them. And then going back to the initial part of that, the alternative, the Gear 12 zombie, is a far more resilient, longer standing zombie, which means they can take more hits, soak everything up. Sith Raid, I suppose you could argue that as long as Nihilus doesn't remove the taunt, or you've got Towsing or zombies fast enough to go again, and as soon as zombie goes, I think with the is it with the Omega, or just as soon as zombie moves, as soon as zombie attacks, she gains taunt again.
Right.
No,
Because you just
after she's done her turn.
Right.
after her turn, yeah.
Yeah.
So so you need the zombie to move. You want your zombie quick so that she can go, which then brings the taunt back in, which means that she's the focus of everything, which then means eventually she'll die and start the process over and over again. At the moment, it's still the squishy zombie over the Gear 12 one. The Gear 12 one is the Pokemon zombie. The Gear the Gear 7 Uber Squishy or Gear 6 or whatever. What's the ultimate gear level? T?
Gear
2.
6 or lower, but yeah, if you Gear 2 is the best for heroic Sith because she one hit and she's dead. It doesn't matter what hit, one hit and she's gone. Like my
And you
Gear
don't-
6 takes 2 hits.
You don't even need to have because I raised her up to put the Omega, so she pre-taunts. But if you're just using her for raids, then you don't need to do that.
Yeah, I mean mine's 10 and 4/6 or 2/3 even. Because I slapped the 6-speed ball onto her and did some others before I thought, hang on, I don't want her uber strong. She's one of
Yeah, I wish I
just parked it up.
So I wish I'd have took mine to only 2 or 3 now instead of 6 at first. I got her to Gear 6 and 5 pieces just to get her in for Territory Wars, where was she 2 or 3 star? You needed that 6,000 power minimum to get her in. So I got her like 6,017, like just enough with what I had at the time. And now I've got the stars on her, so it's kind of messed that up. So.
All right. Next question goes to Warrior, and let's see here. The next question is from Ken4477. Question: Bounty Hunter Zeta did Boss lead in Greedo. What would be your next? Also, thanks for the advice on Greedo on a previous stream. Territory War held for 9 and 12 teams on D. Well, you're welcome for that. What do you think about the question there, Warrior?
So the question was on bounty hunters,
Yes.
Greedo or Bosk as the leader.
He says Bounty Hunter Zeta did Boss lead in Greedo already. What would be your next one?
Oh, he did Greedos already in Bosk. Yeah, that's good. Did he do both of Bosks or just the leadership?
Didn't clarify that. It just says did Bosk lead in Greedo, so I'm assuming he did not.
Yeah, because the unique, however you pronounce it, the Trandoshan Rage or whatever, as long as the enemy has protection, he regains taunt when he loses taunt. So he basically keeps his taunt forever until everybody on the opposing side has all of theirs gone. So I would do his unique Zeta on Bosk, especially since you've got his lead Zeta done and Greedo done. And then next after that, I would move on to IG-88 if you're going to continue with the Scoundrel Zeta. And I would do the adaptive aim algorithm because whenever IG-88's in the fight, all target locked enemies can't recover health or protection. And he applies target lock now. So it's, honestly, the Zetas in this group aren't that good. It falls down. I mean, he did the ones that are most important, really. The leadership for Bosk and the unique on are like the two best, and the rest of them are all kind of a sad tie for last place. But if I was going to do another one in this group, I would do the aim algorithm from IG-88.
All right. Rock and roll. All right, next question to Riemann. Question is from Clone Troop 211 question. The defensive Dathomir event says it ends in 1 day and 15 hours. Is this event running for 2 consecutive days with a chance at more Zetas tomorrow? Riemann? Healer?
Side
Can you
note, I don't
hear-
know
can
who
you-
it is, but there's a lot of static background.
What's that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go, Remon.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I don't. In the past, that has been the case. Like if they screwed up and put the timer on too long, when it resets, you can do the battle again. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I'm assuming that that's just a glitch, and they'll probably correct it.
Possibly,
But
right?
but it is a weekend, so we'll have to wait and see. I mean, listen, if they give the Zetas twice, I will get Zetas and ask questions later.
Yeah. See, that's science.
you know.
Oh, sorry, you gave it to me already. Can't take backsies.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if it's there, take it, and that's not your fault. So I wouldn't. But I mean, as far as that goes, I'm sure. I'm sure that once somebody realizes this, they'll either fix it or they did it on purpose, and they're giving us they're throwing us a bone here, which I mean they never really do. So I think it's a glitch. So yeah, I mean if that happens, most of the time if it passes that time period, you'll get a chance to refresh it and you go from there. But we'll see what happens.
Yep. All right. So next question goes to our Canadian maple syrup addict. Let's see here. This is from Darth Hideous. Question: Now that I no longer have any super high party farms, vets are done, raid ready. Is it a sound theory to scale back the number of daily refreshes I do and save crystals?
I'm a bad person to ask that question. I've been trying to save crystals for Nest, and I really like farming mods, and even though drops aren't terrific, I just got a 15 speed tenacity set defense primary. So like a completely crappy mod, but it's got 15 speed on it. I like farming mods. I like getting lots of speedy mods for my tunes with Territory Wars. It's really important to me. So it's really hard for me to save crystals from Cantina. Regular energy is easier. Often I don't do the 100 refreshes for energy. I just do the 50s. So it really depends what your goals are. I think, characters aren't the only things in this game. I'm not a proponent of collecting characters. I'm a proponent of having, all of your characters at gear 11 or 12, and then ones at gear 9 and 10. Either they have a utility there, like resistance, or they're on your favorites list, and you're bringing them up. So, it just kind of depends. I don't believe you, Darth Hideous, that there's not a character. But yeah, I do think that that mod farming is really, really important, and you just kind of have to plug away at it all the time.
All right. Last call for questions. So if you got questions, and you got about 3 or 4 minutes to get them in, guys. So we'll go to the next question. Let's see here. Oh, this is from Sanely. He had a question for everyone on the panel. He said, question. Everyone in the panel is invited to be on the RSG Suicide Prevention stream on June 24th. Hope you all can make it. Oh, he's kind of throwing everybody out there for the 24th event. T-Money,
damn right.
T-Money?
Oh, yeah. I would love to be there. I
Yes.
would love to be there. Yeah.
Yes, everybody's invited to be there for that. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff that day, raise a lot of money. We got a ton of giveaways we're going to be giving away. We got some really cool stuff we're going to be giving away. Not just games, but some other stuff that we're going to be giving out. So, and it's for a really good cause. So, definitely.
Are you taking donations ahead of time, Ranger?
We haven't set up.
We place where people can contribute for actual stuff, like to donate stuff to be auctioned or to be giveaway pieces. I don't know.
I don't know yet. I think we're just saving the stuff for the day of the event. So, but yeah. Oh, hey, Wargirl 128 just
Oh.
donated $20 in Canadian money. I think he just felt bad that Team Money had spent like $9,000 on stuff. He wanted to feel a part of it. All right, let's see here.
I hope you didn't kill anyone I know for it.
Right, so trying to keep up with chat and these questions. Second. All right. Well, here's a fun question. I'm trying to get caught up here. From Nathaniel Miller. Fun question around the corner. What's your favorite Star Wars game besides Star Wars Galaxy Heroes? He says mine is TIE Fighter.
I used to play.
Go ahead, Mike.
N64. The one where you got to fly the
Rogue
snow
Squadron?
thingy.
Rogue Squadron, you mean?
Is it Rogue Squadron? The one where you could fly a Naboo starship. There was some cheat that meant you could do you could fly from planet. It was a fighter game, but you ran the snow things. Whatever they're called. What are they called? The ones that pull down.
Snow speeders.
Yeah, the snow speeders, because you got to pull down the walkers. You had to do the grappling hook and fly around.
I think that's Rogue Squadron on that one. Because you could do the Death Star battle and stuff like that.
Ah, yeah, I love that game. Did love that game.
There's been a lot of great games. I mean, the one I'm still, obviously religiously playing is Battlefront 2. We've done some Battlefront 1. We may go back and do some more Battlefront 1 here. Anybody else game that besides Star Wars Galaxy Heroes Star Wars that you guys into? Anybody?
Yeah, the old Battlefront before,
the older Battlefront. Yeah, there you go. All right. Let's see here. Next question, we'll go to Xylo. Question: is OG Kylo Zeta worth it? This is from Darth Skywalker. Stoner Jedi.
Sorry, go again.
Is OG Kylo Ren's Zeta worth it?
OG Kylo Ren? I mean, if you haven't done it already, I would say no. But I mean, only because, the Xylo was my first Zeta, and it had its place.
Obviously.
Yeah, and it had its place back in the day, but now it's more priority to do crew and First Order Stormtrooper over the original Xylo, in my opinion.
Right. Next question for, let's see, this is going to Kung Cobra. And we'll start with you, but this is kind of for Around the Corn. Fat Tony 99 has a question. It says, well, hold on. We just got $2 from Vigilant Sentinel, not Canadian money, that says, what's up, RSG? What's up, Vigilant? Thank you for the donation. Let's see. Fat Tony 99 question Around the Corn. What is your favorite Zeta? Doesn't have to be good, just when you find fun. Start with you, Kung Cobra.
My favorite. Oh God, I don't even know. Finn. I mean, it's always made it fun. I love Veer's. His is really nice. Vader's was cool back. Like I still solo the pit with him, Throne, and Han and CLS sometimes. So just to have something new to do. So I mean, it's there for that. I don't know which one would be my most favorite right now. Bears was fun at the time. Like, I've enjoyed them all at one time or another.
Anybody else?
Chrome Cobra, there's like a static coming from your mic, I think. Just mute the mic for a second.
I'm not. Oh, you mean the background?
Yeah.
Here. Oh, there it is. The infamous air fan has struck again. Anybody else? Favorite Zeta? You have one?
Enfy's Nest.
Oh, the new one. Okay.
Yeah, I like it. No. I mean, I'd have to say that's one of my favorites for like right now.
All right. Anybody else?
Go ahead.
Sorry, T-Money, go ahead.
Well, I'm just thinking if I had to give all but one away, it would, I think, I don't know. it's probably pretty silly, but I think Barris has the most utility. It's the most flexible one, but I love my mother tells and unique Zeta. People would have to like wrench that from my
cold, dead,
hands.
syrup covered Canadian hands.
Yeah. And her lead. It's always so surprising. They're like, they're back to life. Yeah, sisters, let's go. Let's do this.
See, I'd go old school back to when Zetas first came in. I had to double check, but for me, it would probably be SWGOH Press. That absolutely transformed him and Sith and created almost a 6-month meta.
Another one, to be honest with you, that that you have to think about when you talk about this is probably Han Solo, because he wouldn't be good at all as a character if that's it. Yeah. That Zeta makes him a good character. Otherwise, he'd just be that useless character that we had for 2 years.
Right.
Sorry.
We always talk about strength flows through the Force from Hermit Yoda. But I really love Master's Training. Once you get the team going and everybody gets Master's Training, if somebody dies, you get to use his cooldowns, get reset, and he gets all that turn meter again. It's really fun, Zeta, if you want to invest in that.
Asajj unique.
Pretty nice. All right. Oh, I'm just reminded, Stanley, we do have a PayPal. If you would like to start donating early, you can. He linked it in the chat. We've already set it up.
Did you say PayPal?
PayPal, not PayPal, not Canadian version. Good Lord, team. Why we can't go anywhere nice?
Is it in the description?
Yeah. It's no, I don't think it's in the description, but he just linked it in the chat. So we just created it. So we do have it there. Then if you can put it in there again, that's fine. Okay. Let's see. Next question. Ground the Corn for Vigilant Sentinel. An update on everyone's galactic power. Well, Warrior's probably 5 million now. Warrior, where you at?
So the highest possible galactic power in the game, if you have absolutely everything maxed, and I do on my test account, is a little north of 4.6 million. That's the absolute highest. Yeah, 4.6 and some change is the absolute highest if you have absolutely 100% of everything fully and utterly maxed. I am at 4,078,700. But I'm about 600,000, 500,000 or 600,000 shy of max.
Yeah.
Nice.
What is my GP? Good go.
I suck. I'm 2.45.
I just hit 3.3 a couple days ago.
Yeah, I'm at 3.15. I could easily scoop that up a lot, but I'm just focusing on gear and characters I need and stuff. I have a lot of characters that that are 7 stars I could easily take to 85 and stuff, but I'm focusing on other things right now. I don't, GP to me is, I want the best characters I have. I don't care about the ancillary ones that, I could give a crap about. I'm not going to take Cup to 85 and 7 stars, but I don't have to. So, I'd rather have them all in my first order gear 12 first.
Did you get Vigilant? Because wasn't he on your list from Finn? Or have I got that wrong?
List for what?
Sponsors for something. You had a list the other day.
I don't remember the list off the top of my head. I mean, I read it out. Vigilant, if you haven't got VIP, you need to send Finn a Discord message so we can get you into the channel, buddy.
And 3922, but I've still got to unlock and activate young Mr. Mustachio,
oh god,
Lee and the ship. So I'll jump a bit then.
All right. And the last question, anybody can answer this. This is from Pineapple. Question: Star Fox 64 with Star Wars characters and ships. $1 million idea? Yes or no? I remember the old Star Fox.
Can you explain that? Can you explain that?
Well, it was a fox who flew a ship in space, and they would talk to one another, and they would do battles and stuff. T-Money, it's a great game. You should go back and check it out.
Cool.
What are y'all doing, Canada, up there? Just sitting around?
I had my dark ages. I was like super
I know,
into
no
video games as a kid, and then
technologies.
like during university and the years later, I didn't have a television. I was just like
Oh,
super zen and cool, and all of
oh.
my best stories are from that time period. And then I just came back here and yeah,
Society. Yeah.
came back, have fun. No more seeing rhinoceroses. I gotta go do some more of that.
And somebody is folding origami in the background, apparently, and eating. Okay. But that's T-Money, isn't it? It was you, T-Money. You're eating a sandwich. Busted.
It's my morning maple syrup. My morning maple syrup wrap.
There you go. All right, so that's all the questions we have for today. God, that was a lot. But we got through them, gang. We did a great job. So now we will go around and let everybody pimp their stuff. We'll start with Warrior out in Hollywood. Warrior, what are you up to? You got a lot going on, buddy.
Yeah, so I just put out a video on me on La Contraria yesterday, so that was kind of fun. And then we're going to be trying to do a video for my channel. I am hoping tonight. It was supposed to be last night, but Cubs fan Han nestled his little way in and bumped me. I'm not sure how that happened, but his video is probably going live today.
You got to punch him in the face, man. Come on now.
I know. And I'm like, hey, I'm doing my video. And he's like, no, we're going to do mine. And I'm like, okay. So anyway, his video should be a lot of fun as well. That's 2 for 0. We've done two tournaments, and I have not lost either tournament. In fact, I won the first one. So it's been a lot of fun. Although I have to say, these little tournaments we're doing that we're filming are high anxiety. I'm telling you, man, because like Arnold created a wheel of like Satan. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but yeah, you can spin this wheel and it has all these absolutely terrible things like delete your highest speed mod is one of the punishments.
No.
I would never play that.
No, I'm like, dude, this is straight from Satan. This is Satan's spawn. It's horrible. It's absolutely terrible.
Man.
So I'm like, I'm literally like palms are sweaty. I sound like an Eminem rap video.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I got fucking, stuff on my sweatshirt. But anyway, no, it was interesting. It's a fun video, but you can check me out at Warrior Presents, and I'm on YouTube, and of course I'm at Warrior Present on Twitter, and I'll be here. If you guys are in Hollywood, come into EA Play. I will have my Warrior Presents jersey on, thanks to Revenator. So thanks again, Revenator, for the jersey. He hooked me up with that some months ago, and
nice.
and we'll be social and we'll be hanging out.
Have they announced any of the Battlefront stuff at EA yet? Have they had their panel or anything?
No, they have not. I'm sure there's something happening because there's a ton of Star Wars dudes here. Not Star Wars Galaxy Heroes dudes, but just Star Wars.
Oh, I'll be interested to see what they have to say today, because if they don't announce something big, that game is in big trouble. God. But make sure you check Warrior out. He's got a lot of good stuff, guys. He's busting his ass in Hollywood for you guys, so support him. And support Cubs and Arnold and those guys, because they are really, working hard for you folks. All right. See, Mike, where can folks check you out at?
So, did my ears deceive me, or was Sweary Daughter's copyright just broken?
What do you mean?
Or we're glossing over that?
We're trying to gloss over it.
What?
Cool.
Yeah,
Well, at least we got
What do you mean
that
Sweary
He's
Daughter's
usually so well
copyright? What are you
behaved.
talking about?
Okay, her trademark, shall we say? Maybe that's more.
I was trying to keep up with your Sweary dog.
Actually, sorry, this is not my channel, but Sweary Daughter's actually at work.
Yeah, she's been working, eh?
Yeah, which is fantastic. She's
So
still swearing a lot, but
yeah,
it's
we
about
know.
different things. It's great. Oh yeah. The reason I'm mentioning her is because she sabotaged one of my let's get Boba Fett's contracts filled by doing Galactic War videos the other day with a mutant killer moth that apparently wasn't a moth, it was a bird. Lots of screams, lots of swearing. That's on my channel, which is mikehunt.swgoh. Yeah, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm going directly there to find that. That's wonderful.
There was a worse one, which was Mrs. Mike leaning over to my mic and mentioning something about a strap-on, and shall we try it out?
All right, it's not Deadpool 2.
Did you really do that on my video? Yes, she did.
Good
yes,
God.
I am being bombarded.
Gracious.
All right, Remon, where can folks check you out at?
Well, you can check me out on my YouTube channel at Ramon Azab, or I have a Twitter as well at Ramon Azab, or Ramon_Azab.
Uh-huh.
And I just started our first live show for Marvel Strike Force yesterday.
Oh my God, how blasphemy. Get out of here.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing that weekly along with the Alliance live show, which will be airing tomorrow night. And that's for Galaxy of Heroes, so you can check that out. And doing some different things. I'm going to be doing some movie reviews. I have a review for Hereditary that's going to be coming up later today.
Nice.
And I also have a video about Lando and the Millennium Falcon that I'm going to be putting out tonight as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. We're going to be keep out putting out top fives and just trying to put out as much content as I can, and good content if I have anything to say about it. So if you guys want to check it out, go check it out. But I appreciate you having me on the stream.
We're glad to have. Stunner Jedi, pimp your stuff.
Yeah, check me out on YouTube. I'm Xylo Takedown, and my channel is Takedown Games. I will be reverting it back to just Xylo Takedown here in the future when YouTube allows me to. And yeah, I've got some good content on there. I originally changed the name to Takedown Games to make it more diverse for games, but it's not an original flavor, and I'm going back to what I know works
There you go.
and what the community knows me as. So come check me out on my channel. It's Takedown Games right now. I'm also doing Marvel Strike Force videos as well, but mainly Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And, if you got the time, come check me out. You make sure you guys check these guys out. I watch all of these guys on the panel every day myself, too. Make sure you support RSG, and thanks for having me on the show, guys.
Always. Team Money G, eh? Where can folks check you out?
Well, we launched a new channel. Gil Maurice and I, a couple months ago now?
No.
Oh my Lord.
No.
Time flies. We're working on a number of videos right now that we're putting out. We are perfectionists, and what are we? We just really selective about the content, so it takes a long time. Anyway, we're hoping to get some stuff out there ASAP. Got a really cool new video on magma and some magma and some follow-up raid videos that I'm super excited about. And then the League of Extraordinary Nerf Herders, I took a couple of weeks off. I've just been having some real life stuff. Not that this isn't my real life, but I've had some stuff come up, and so we'll be back there this next week. So show up and hang out and be part of the family there. Saturday mornings here, Saturday nights on RSG Mature, where we just it's more family time and hanging out. And there's one more thing. Oh, I'm very excited. Urban Blaster and I did a piece on his channel, I don't know, a few months ago now, and we're going to do something else.
Oh.
So on my Treya teams, and so I'm very excited to rain blood down on
What you do with that fool?
Yeah, with that fool. So yeah.
All right, and Coco, anything you want to shout out?
I do have a little small channel, nothing interesting except a pit video cussing ships. So if you hate ships as much as I have, it's there.
All right. I'll drink some more coffee.
And Sweary Daughter was hilarious on Mike's video.
Yes, it is.
You got to kill that effing bird, mate.
All right, and if you're watching this is on the Reality Skewed Gamers channel. We do this every Saturday from 10 a.m. to about 12 p.m., but whenever we get done. And we do this every week when we can. We also have a lot of other content we do. Monday through Friday is the lunch stream from 12 to 1 p.m. Monday through Friday, where we just kind of hang out with you guys. We do some fun stuff like Story Daughter Tuesday and things of that nature. A lot of funny stuff we do during that. And we also do roster reviews during that show live, and we also answer as many questions as we get to. Sometimes we can get to all the questions, sometimes we can't get to any. Just depends on what's going on that day. We try to answer as many as we can during the week. Also, we have the Wednesday night show where we break down the latest and greatest of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes news and notes and break it down and tell you what it all means. We're well over 100 shows now and still kicking. And then also in between we do other games. So we've got Battlefront 2 that we've been streaming the hell out of. Finn's been doing some games like Mario, which he'll be doing back. We got the next season of Diablo coming. So a lot of great stuff coming on the channel and things that we're working on. Remember, we do have the suicide prevention stream, which will be on the 24th of June. Stay tuned for more of that. So yeah, make sure you guys support all these channels and us. The best way to do that is to give us a thumbs up, watch our videos, subscribe so you know when you're getting the latest and greatest of content from these channels. So yeah, on behalf of myself, I want to thank the entire panel for being here. Thank you everybody in chat for being here as well. We really appreciate it. So everybody have a great rest of your day. I'll do a Battlefront 2 stream maybe before the mature stream tonight, because I know I'm going to need to have to do some homework to release some stress. So stay tuned for that. But everyone have a great rest of your day, and we will holler at you later. Peace.